Namaskar. Education is not only the bookish knowledge, not only the pack of information, but it is human making. So I am coming from a less advanced village in Murshidabad district of West Bengal. So when I was a student of class 5 and a boy of 9 years old, my parents, though they were the school dropout, and especially my father, who always believed that proper education is man's true religion, he admitted me 10 kilometers far away school. But the other children in my village, they were unable to get education. Better to say, they engaged themselves with different works, and for girls' education there was a strong reservation. So in that tender age, two things, love and realization. So if you can ask me what was love, the love was whatever I am learning from my own school, I will teach others. And what was realization? Gradually I realized that because of my father, I am getting education. But if I can do something for others. So these two things helped me to start my mission under a guava tree in our family backyard with 80 students. And my sister was my first student. Now, whenever I am just seeing this audience, I can remember my childhood memories. So when I started my mission, my mother, she was the first person who came forward to support me. Initially, my father, he had mixed feelings. He thought that if I can share my own lessons with others, maybe my own education will be hampered. And he warned me that don't do this work. But what I did, I gathered those children at a nearby village jungle. Again, my father, he came to know that I am doing the same thing. So one day he asked a retired degree college principal that my son is doing this work. I have an ambition for him, but he is not listening me. So what I should do? So from that retired degree college principal, two things came that convinced my father. The first thing was, if he can do good for the society, God will help him. And the second thing was, if he can exchange his knowledge with others, he will learn better. Then I am fortunate enough because my whole family members became convinced. Then I decided to inaugurate my school. That was after my 5th standard annual examination in the year of 2003. I asked that retired degree college principal to inaugurate our school. That day I collected sari from my mother and the village woman, made a canopy, and he inaugurated our school. And then I came to know that every school has its own name. Then I requested him that, sir, what should be the suitable name for our institution? So throughout his observation, in our institution, students were taking their classes in joyful atmosphere. There is no roof. It is under the open sky. So his suggestion was, your school name should be Anando Shiksha Niketan. It's a Bengali name, and in English, the home of joyful learning. So it became the home of joyful learning. Here teachers also present here, how teachers can inspire and encourage the younger generation. I am going to share one more story. I was in 6th standard. Every day I was asking for broken chalk from my school teacher. So out of curiosity, she just asked my classmates that why he is asking for broken chalks. Is he writing something in the blackboard or school premises? Then my friends replied, no madam, he is using those broken chalks to teach other children in his village, and every day afternoon he is teaching there. He has started a school, and my teacher, she was so happy and came forward with a full box of chalk. You see that full box of chalk from a teacher, it encouraged me to continue my service. The another story is, then I had not the enough resources for books or stationaries. So my first initiative was to collect rice from every student's house. Then we sold it to a grocery shop we raised 20 rupees, and with that 20 rupees, we purchased 20 Bengali and English alphabet and we distributed to our students. Then I thought that we should give them the proper book. So from where I can get? The idea came in my mind that when I was in primary school, Ramakrishna Mission provided us school uniform and the stationaries, and the local Ramakrishna Mission that is 3 kilometers from our house. Then one day afternoon, I was just 10 years old, I along with my students met with the then headmaster monk of Sargachi Ramakrishna Mission, and I just informed about my initiative. He was surprised and he asked me that what is your expectation from my side? Then my expectation was, Swamiji, in our primary school you provided us school uniform and books. If you can provide the same for our students. He told that at first I want to see your school, your initiative. Definitely I will help you. Next day he came and he started helping me. Still now he is helping me. But that day he gave me a book of Swami Vivekananda and advised me to read that book at least 5 minutes in a day. So initially his one of the quotation, service to man is service to God. It inspired me, and literally whenever I have gone through his messages, his works, it inspired me a lot. Then I decided that Swami Vivekananda is my inspiration, and through his message I am just proceeding with my mission and vision. So dear students, the place where I am from, it was not so easy to bring the children in the field of education. When I started my mission, the first question I was asked from the parents that how education will be important even who cannot afford 2 squares a meal in a day. And to educate girls, they will not find husbands. Actually, the early marriage problem was existed. On the other hand, there was lots of jealousy, lots of conspiracy, and not only that, different kinds of challenges I have faced. But I ignored all the criticism. I realized that only with positivity we can change our society. So when the peoples came to know about my initiative, and since my childhood itself, it was widely published, then my first public speech, it was invited by Nobel laureate Amartya Sen. I was in 8th standard student that time. And then when the school was growing like anything, many villagers also became so jealous. I am going to share one more story as a headmaster, how I tried to build the institution and the discipline of our institution. From my institution itself, I came to know that every school has its own managing committee. So one day, I went to meet with the district magistrate. My father only told me that this is the district magistrate office. So I went there along with my school uniform and school bag, gave him a slip, Babar Ali, headmaster, Ananda Shiksha Niketan. And district magistrate, he thought that headmaster means a senior person and he had complete respect for the teachers. Then he asked that call to the headmaster first. When I entered his chamber, he told that I called to the headmaster, but who is he? Then with folded hand, I told, sir, I am the right person. Morning, I am the student. Afternoon, this is my initiative. I am the headmaster. And he was so happy. He told me that I will support you. Next day, he sent to the sub-divisional magistrate, Mr. Shobuj Baron Sarkar, for a surprise visit. He was so happy. And then, from my school, I came to know that every school has its managing committee. Then I requested to the sub-divisional magistrate to become the president of our school managing committee. So he is the first president of our school managing committee. So these 22 years of journey, there are lots of stories are there. On the other hand, I had to suffer much, struggle much, but I did not give up hope. I hoped against hope and fought tooth and nail to combat all the odds and adversities. So here most of the students are here. You see from my society, lots of discouragement was there. Even before my SSLC, that is 10th standard examination, many of the villagers, not only that, few of my teachers also, they discouraged me that he is not going to get the good marks. maybe he can fail in the examination also. So before my SSLC examination, I had taken one initiative that I must open a bank account for our institution. But no bank was ready to open our bank account since I was the minor headmaster. So that time one nationalized bank, now it became Punjab National Bank right now, they sent a letter to their head office that one boy is there, he is running a school with all the media coverage and everything. He sent their head office, and the head office gave the permission that you open the bank account of that institution. Then I requested them, not only our school bank account, but you have to create a camp to open the zero balance account of our students and the teachers. So they did just before of my 7 days ago of my SSLC examination. And then after my SSLC examination, that is 10th standard examination, our former Chief Minister Shri Buddhadev Bhattacharya, he felicited me in the State Secretariat, and the news also widely published. So now I realize that nothing can stand against firm determination, firm conviction, and firm will. The only things you should have into your heart are courage, purity, honesty, and above all, love. So you see, I started the word called love. Love can conquer everything. So in that tender age, I heard the call of love in the core of my heart, and I proceed and ultimately succeed. So the school that I started under a guava tree in our family backyard, now it became a very big institution. And not only that, for over 22 years, more than 8,000 students have received completely free education. And the more interesting thing is, 6 of our former students, especially the girls students, include my sister, who was our first student. After their graduation and post-graduation, they came back as the teacher because they realized that they should give back something to the society, and not only that, for the sustainability of our institution, they should contribute. And I am the TED fellow, and I also spoke in TED main stage, so I am going to share that story also. When I was just 16 and BBC called me as the youngest headmaster in the world, that time TED also selected me as the TED fellow, and they invited me to speak in their main stage. And that time, unfortunately, I was unable to speak in English, so I spoke in Bengali, and one delegate from our nearest country, Bangladesh, he translated in English, and obviously for my work I had an opportunity to receive a standing ovation. But from that stage only, I promised that next year I will deliver my speech in English. So over 1 year, I learned English through conversation, and every year I was getting promotion in one class. I was adding one class in our institution, and simultaneously I did my graduation in English honors. Though I learned English alphabet when I was in 5th standard, not from the school but from my father. I did my double post-graduation in English literature and history. But I always love to say that I want to be a student forever. So however, one particular message from Swami Vivekananda that always helped me to realize my mission that I am trying to implement in my real life, that is, go on bravely, do not expect success in a day or year, always hold on to the highest, be steady, avoid jealousy and selfishness, be obedient, be eternally faithful to the cause of truth, humanity, and your country, and you will move the world. Now, my bigger dream is education for all with equal opportunity. So Swamiji only told that if the mountain does not come to Muhammad, Muhammad must go to the mountain, educate and raise the masses, and thus alone a nation is possible. So since my tender age to till date, I am just following my passion with patience, love, determination, and dedication. And to fulfill this long cherished dream, education for all, with equal opportunity, this is not only possible for me. So wherever I am getting an opportunity to interact with the young minds and the like-minded peoples, we should do something for the students who are still need education, as well as quality education, skill-based learning, and human excellence. That is development within 3H, development of head, heart, and hand. Because nowadays we have a good number of school and colleges are there, but there is the scarcity of value-based education. So again, I am repeating the same thing. We should develop within us 3H, development of head, heart, and hand. So believe in yourself that you can do anything and everything. All the power is within you. So I am going to conclude my talk with these two lines from Robert Frost: miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Namaskar.